What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing and breaking down Superman and Lois Season 2, Episode 12. So yeah, guys, Superman and Lois is finally back after like a 3-week hiatus, but also keep in mind, guys, The Flash will be on break this week, and the next episode will, of course, be next week. But yeah, episode 12 starts right where we left off, with Lana finding out that Clark is Superman. Clark just explains everything, like, all reveals like this have, like all the reveals of superheroes revealing their identity. But also, if you guys remember, basically Jonathan got kicked out of his school because of the ex-Kryptonite situation, because he, obviously also ended the football season. So that would make everyone else at school, not like him as much. So I'm curious to see if they're going to go anywhere with that. I think, this is a bit of a wild theory, but what if Jonathan is still going to end up getting his abilities somehow? Obviously, I know Jordan has his powers, and, they haven't really shown anything of Jonathan getting his powers, but what if, like, these school football players try to fight Jonathan because of what he did, and that's when his powers emerge? I feel like that'd be kind of cool. We also see Superman visit Bizarro Jonathan, who is, obviously locked up. Jonathan basically confirms his loyalty to Allie and not Superman here. So yeah, I think that obviously is expected. So we also find out from John Henry and General Lane that the pendant is basically indestructible when it comes to, obviously, destroying it. But then they come up with another plan, closing the portal to the Bizarro Earth, which Superman is not a fan of because he wants to save all lives. Now, we also see Natalie made a suit of her own, just like John Henry's suit, but she decides to give it to Jonathan instead, which I think is pretty interesting. Now, with that said, like I said before, I still kind of wish Jonathan would end up, like, getting actual powers, solely because of the fact that Jonathan is Superboy in the comics. So I think, something like that happening on the show, that's not Bizarro Jonathan, I think would be cool to see. But anyways, so Clark and Tal-Rho somewhat get along in this episode as well, and I think it's great that they're keeping Tal-Rho on the show. For a lot of villains, I, don't like seeing redemption arcs. For example, like Captain Cold, I wasn't a huge fan of his, like, redemption. Even though he was a great character on Legends Season 1, I think he definitely should have stayed a villain on The Flash. So yeah, although, I don't usually like seeing villain redemption arcs, I think this Tal-Rho redemption arc is actually going to be pretty good. So basically, Natalie's suit needs ex-Kryptonite to, actually function. So Jonathan, Jordan, and Natalie go cave diving for ex-Kryptonite. And in an effort to extract the ex-Kryptonite, however, they almost get trapped in the cave, and they would have if it weren't for Jordan's super speed. The three of them were really bonding in this episode, which I guess is pretty interesting. But anyways, now Superman and Tal-Rho go into a volcano and use their heat vision in order to destroy the pendant, but just as they start to do that, Allie Allison arrives, who has obviously combined with her other self, making her extremely powerful. So Tal tries to lunge at Allie, but he becomes weakened somehow. He says later, or I believe it was Superman says later, that his powers were, like, siphoned into Allie, so that's something interesting right there. So basically, Allie tries to also kill Superman, but John Henry Irons is there, and Superman gets the pendant back because of that. And then, with John Henry fighting Allie, Tal and Superman are able to destroy the pendant, but also right after that, Tal runs away and escapes. Now, the season is a bit confusing, I realize that, guys, so comment your thoughts down below on who you think the, like, actual main villain is. Do you think the main villain is Allie Alston? Do you think the main villain is, just the Bizarro characters? Do you think it's the Bizarro world? Do you think it's, like, Bizarro himself? Like, what do you guys think? Just comment that down below. But anyways, at the end, we see Allie on the Bizarro world, and she says that there are other ways to accomplish her goals without the pendant, as she then kills Bizarro Tal-Rho. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, I think Season 2 of Superman and Lois has been fantastic so far. It's just that I'm sure you guys can agree with me here. The villain, like, scenarios here have been a little bit confusing. First we thought the main villain was Doomsday, then we thought the main villain was going to be Bizarro, and then we thought, it just keeps just changing over and over again. So I think maybe if we had, like, one finite villain who is also, like, maybe a comic book villain or something like that, I think that would be really cool to see. I still really think Lex Luthor has to make an appearance as a main villain on this show. That would be so cool. That'd be so much fun. So yeah, make sure you guys comment your thoughts on all this stuff down below on the episode. Just comment what you guys thought about that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.